Russell Westbrook just made his preseason debut for the Denver Nuggets. Immediately, I think you understand why they got him. Man, oh man, the rim pressure on that team is basically non-existent without him. Luckily, that doesn't really matter most of the time because Jokic can create the greatest shot quality of all time by just having the rock. But overall, Russell Westbrook constantly looking to attack and getting to the basket, I think will be a breath of fresh air for the Nuggets fans. But most importantly, it's going to feel good in the minutes where Jokic is sitting. In terms of the games that matter, in my opinion, unless injuries occur, straight up, they did not sign him to play many minutes next to Jokic. Denver fans, this is what you will have to get used to. Off the rock, Westbrook can't provide much. Derek White could care less about him shooting. He made the shot, and the funny thing is, in this preseason game, he was hitting from deep and struggled from two. But at this point, teams will take that every single possession, especially if it means Jokic ain't putting up shots. Luckily, the most they will get out of him is on the ball. He still has juice there, in my opinion. You saw that in his time with the Clippers. Before James Harden arrived, in the 2023 playoffs, the season before, he was so good. Kawhi played in just 2 games versus the Suns. Paul George missed that entire series. So he was the point guard. He was the main focus, and he ran the units most of the time. And he ended up averaging 23 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists per game during that series. My point is, if most of his minutes in Denver come with him having the keys, allowing him to be himself, for example, in bench lineups without Murray and Jokic, it's his time to shine. He still has juice and he's going to produce numbers. Russell Westbrook himself basically explained this during media day.
Where I was playing not my position, and being able to be here and Coach Malone allowing me to be able to use my speed, use my transition skill to be able to make other guys better. Makes the game easy for everybody surround me, and that's what I love to do best.
And over the years, as expected for Denver, the lineups without Jokic have been bad. It's worth taking a swing on Westbrook for being a guy who can handle lineups when Jokic isn't out there. And it's not even about winning those minutes. It's about just staying afloat so Jokic can get his full rest. There has been many times where he just goes out and all of a sudden an 8-point lead, it's a tie ball game and he has to check in a little too soon. That was the point of bringing in Westbrook. You can already tell Michael Malone is focused on setting up plays for him to get downhill and get to the basket. He receives a pass screened by Julian. Peyton Pritchard doesn't want to switch because he's too small. For Russ, completes the play by doing the dirty work. He screens the guy on him and forces Cornette to go around. Simply, Russ is just too fast. And notice that lineup on the floor, tons of spacing for Russ. They had Dario Saric at the center position. All of his time with the Warriors, when he was on the floor, he was playing center per Basketball Reference. That was the first time he did that in his NBA career. He also shot 37% from 3-on-3 attempts per game. Having him at the 5 gives them ample spacing for Russ to be his unique self. And the thing is, outside of Russ, everyone in that second unit was staying out on the perimeter while being an option to catch and shoot the basketball. That idea is the hope and prayer on how they can survive the Jokic-less minutes better than they ever have. Because Russ is the second best playmaker on the team behind Jokic. Take this for example. Again, you see a play set up to get him downhill. He throws a bad pass, but when it's chaotic, great things can happen from him. He gets into the paint, drawing 2, stopping it here. You'd say, oh, he's screwed. Nope. He finds Sarge for the easy deuce. Russell Westbrook did his thing in his Denver debut. He was chaotic. He brought the energy, played hard on both ends of the floor. He was constantly looking to attack downhill. He got to the basket, sometimes got out of control, but was constantly creating looks for his teammates very early. But based on this small sample, I think Denver understands how they are going to get the best out of Westbrook. aka put the rock in his hands as much as possible, surround him with shooting, don't have him in lineups where he's strictly off the ball. In my opinion, if you are willing to manage Russ and understand when it's time to sit him down because his style is hurting more than helping, in that scenario, he can still be a very impactful player.